back to Worldly Treats with No Meats, everybody. We've missed you. Today we're visiting the Central American nation of El Salvador. This dish will take a while, but it's well worth it. El Salvador is a tiny but densely populated country in Central America. It sits along the Pacific Ocean, but is the only Latin American country in North America that doesn't have a coastline on the Atlantic. At only 21,000 square kilometers, it is quite small, but almost 6.5 million people live there. El Salvador was originally inhabited by the Mesoamerican peoples such as the Lenca, the Olmecs, and the Mayans. The land was first discovered for Europe by Andres Niño in 1522. The Spanish then conquered the land, initially making it part of nearby Guatemala. Following the Act of Independence of Central America, El Salvador joined its neighbors to form the Republic of Central America. Full independence came 3 years later, in 1824. The Salvadorian Civil War was a bloody conflict that began in 1979 and lasted for 13 years. Though the conflict is now over, El Salvador still suffers from such issues as poverty and crime. As part of Latin America, El Salvador speaks Spanish, and the capital city is San Salvador. It has a tropical climate, and it is a destination for surfers. Due to its location right along the Ring of Fire, El Salvador is prone to destructive earthquakes. However, the country has rich mestizo culture and is home to 4 different species of sea turtles that nest on its shores. For the Curtido, fermented cabbage relish, half a head of cabbage shredded, 2 carrots shredded, 1/2 white onion sliced, 2 serrano or jalapeno peppers diced, 2 tablespoons dried oregano, 5 teaspoons of coarse salt. Mix the cabbage, carrots, onions, peppers, and oregano and salt in a large mixing bowl. And let rest for 30 minutes to begin releasing moisture. Pack the shredded cabbage into the quart-sized 4-cup mason jar, pressing down to tightly pack and release the water. If the vegetables aren't covered with water, add a little bit of distilled water so they are covered. Put a lid on the jar, but do not screw on tightly to seal, as the gas will build up pressure in the jars and it cannot be released. Leave the jars out at room temperature for a minimum of 24 hours and up to 5 days. Taste after the first 24 hours and let it continue to ferment until you find the desired level of tanginess. Once fermented to taste, screw the lids on and place in the fridge. It will stay good for at least 1 month. Salvadorian Salsa Roja tomato sauce. 2 tablespoons olive oil, 1 15-ounce can whole tomatoes, 1/2 white onion coarsely chopped, 1 clove of garlic, 1 jalapeno, 2 tablespoons dried oregano, half a teaspoon of salt, pepper to taste, 1/4 cup of cilantro. Put all the ingredients into a blender, blend until fairly smooth. Transfer the sauce to a pot and bring to a simmer over medium heat. Lower heat and let simmer with the lid ajar for about 30 minutes. For the dough, you will need 2 cups of masa harina, 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt, 1.5 cups warm water, 2 tablespoons oil. For the filling, black beans drained and rinsed, shredded cheese, sweet peppers thinly sliced, oil to cook. Make the dough in a large mixing bowl together with the masa marina, salt, warm water, and oil with a wooden spoon. Knead it for about 1 minute to make the smooth ball of dough. It should be soft but not very sticky. Cover and let it rest for 15 minutes to fully hydrate. Divide the dough into 6 pieces and keep covered. Take 1 piece of dough at a time and flatten into a thin pancake between your hands. Add about 1 tablespoon of black beans to the center of the dish and then add a little cheese and peppers. Fold the edges of the dough over to cover and meet in the center. Flatten in between your hands and make a thick stuffed pancake. Place in a tray, and once they're all shaped, heat a skillet or griddle over a medium heat. Add some oil to the pan or griddle and lightly coat, then fry to 2 to 4 minutes each till golden with some dark spots. Oh, that's really good. That's extremely good. You get the richness of the tomato sauce, and then the spicy of the relish kicks in, and then like the fried pancake with the beans. It's just awesome. It's really lots of good flavor and mixtures. Make this again.